Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. We're going to explore controlling as a function of management, focusing on its principles, process, and why it's so important. Over the next few slides, we'll uncover how controlling helps managers ensure everything stays on track, aligns with goals, and drives success. So let's dive in and get started. Now, let's take a closer look at the first key function of management, controlling. This is a fundamental part of how organizations stay on track and achieve their goals. Essentially, controlling involves making sure that the activities and efforts of everyone in the organization are aligned with the overall objectives. It's about keeping everything in check. This process includes monitoring what's happening, evaluating whether performance meets the set standards, and making adjustments when necessary. Think of it as a continuous cycle. You observe, you assess, and then you correct course if needed. By doing this, organizations can identify any issues early on and address them before they become bigger problems. It's a way to ensure that all parts of the organization are working harmoniously toward the same vision. This function ties directly into the overall theme of management because without controlling, even the best plans can go off course. So, controlling acts as the organizational compass, guiding everything in the right direction. Let's take a closer look at what controlling really means in a management context. Essentially, controlling is the process where we measure actual performance. So, how are things really going on the ground? Then, we compare those results against the standards or goals we've set. It's like checking our progress to see if we're on track. If we find discrepancies or deviations, the next step is to take corrective action to get things back in line. The ultimate goal here is to ensure that our objectives are achieved effectively and efficiently. This process is crucial because it helps us stay aligned with our strategic plans and make informed decisions along the way. By continuously measuring, comparing, and adjusting, controlling keeps the entire operation moving smoothly toward success. Now, let's walk through the key steps involved in the controlling process. First, we start with setting performance standards. This is where we define clear, measurable goals that align with our overall objectives. It's crucial because these standards serve as the benchmark for evaluating our performance later on. Next, we move to measuring actual performance. This involves collecting data and assessing how well we're doing against those standards. Accurate measurement is vital to get a true picture of progress. Then, we compare the actual performance with the standards we've set. This comparison helps us identify any gaps or deviations that need attention. If we find discrepancies, the next step is taking corrective action. This could mean adjusting processes, reallocating resources, or addressing specific issues to get us back on track. Lastly, feedback and continuous improvement come into play. We use the insights from this entire process to refine our standards and enhance our performance over time. These steps are interconnected and form a cycle that helps us maintain control and drive ongoing success, all tying back to our bigger goal of effective management. Now, let's talk about setting performance standards. This is a crucial step because it involves defining clear goals and benchmarks that guide us. These goals can be quantitative, like sales targets or cost reductions, which give us measurable data. Or they can be qualitative, such as customer satisfaction or employee engagement, which are more subjective but equally important for overall success. The key idea here is that these standards serve as a basis for comparison. They help us evaluate how well we're doing and where we might need to improve. By establishing these benchmarks up front, we create a clear reference point to track progress and ensure everyone is aligned towards the same objectives. Ultimately, setting solid performance standards is about creating a foundation for accountability and continuous improvement, tying directly into the broader theme of effective management and achieving excellence. Now, let's talk about measuring actual performance. To really understand how well we're doing, we need to gather concrete data using a variety of tools. Reports are a great starting point. They compile all the relevant information in one place, giving us a clear picture of our progress. Observations allow us to see things firsthand, catching nuances that reports might miss. Audits are also valuable, helping us verify processes and ensure compliance with standards. But collecting data isn't enough on its own. We need to track key performance indicators, or KPIs, which are specific metrics that reflect our goals. By monitoring KPIs regularly, we can identify trends, spot issues early, and make informed decisions. All of this ties back to our overall theme, continuous improvement. Measuring performance accurately gives us the insights we need to refine our strategies and achieve better results. So, using these tools effectively is essential for staying on track and driving success. Now, let's move on to comparing our actual performance with the standards we've set. The first step here is to identify any deviations or gaps. Essentially, we want to see where our results differ from what we expected or aimed for. Recognizing these differences is crucial because they highlight areas that may need our attention or adjustment. Next, we need to analyze the reasons behind these variances, whether we're underperforming or overperforming. Understanding the root causes helps us determine whether it's due to internal factors, such as process inefficiencies, or external influences like market changes. By thoroughly evaluating these aspects, we can make informed decisions on how to address issues or replicate successes. This process ties directly into our overall goal of continuous improvement, ensuring that we're always aligned with our standards and strategic objectives. Remember, comparing performance with standards isn't just about spotting problems. It's about gaining insights that drive smarter actions moving forward. Now, let's talk about taking corrective action. Once we've identified issues or areas that need improvement, it's essential to address them promptly and effectively. This means not just recognizing problems, but actively working to resolve them or strengthen weak spots. For example, we might revise existing processes to make them more efficient or easier to follow. Training staff is another key step, ensuring everyone has the skills and knowledge they need to succeed. Improving communication channels can also make a big difference, helping teams stay aligned and informed. The goal here is to turn challenges into opportunities for growth, keeping our overall project or organization moving forward smoothly. Remember, taking corrective action is a vital part of maintaining quality and achieving our objectives. Now, let's talk about feedback and continuous improvement. The first key point is learning from results. It's essential to analyze what we've achieved, understand what worked well, and identify areas where we can do better. This ongoing learning helps us stay adaptable and responsive to changing needs. Next, we need to refine our goals and methods. As we gather insights, we should adjust our objectives to be more realistic or ambitious and tweak our strategies to improve effectiveness. This iterative process keeps us moving forward in a smart, deliberate way. Finally, I want to emphasize the importance of encouraging innovation and quality enhancement. By fostering a culture that values new ideas and continuous improvement, we not only stay competitive, but also ensure that our work remains high quality and impactful. All of these elements connect back to our overall theme of growth and resilience, showing that by embracing feedback and always striving to improve, we can achieve sustained success. Controlling is such a vital part of effective management, and on this slide, I want to highlight why it's so important. First, it ensures efficiency. When we control processes properly, resources are used wisely, and operations run smoothly without unnecessary delays or wastage. This directly ties into achieving our objectives. Without proper control, we might drift away from our goals or encounter setbacks. Another key point is that control helps minimize waste and errors. By monitoring performance regularly, we can catch mistakes early and correct them before they become bigger problems. This not only saves time and money, but also maintains quality standards. Control also plays a crucial role in facilitating coordination across different departments or team members. When everyone's work is aligned and monitored, it's easier to work together seamlessly. And finally, it promotes accountability. When individuals know that their work is being observed and evaluated, they tend to take responsibility for their tasks and strive to meet expectations. All these points come together to reinforce the overall theme. Effective control is essential for successful management. It keeps everything on track, drives performance, and helps organizations reach their goals more effectively. Now, let's look at a real-life example to see how these concepts play out in practice. Imagine a scenario where a company, let's say Target, has a goal of producing 1,000 units per day. However, on a particular day, they only manage to produce 800 units. The reason? A machine breakdown that temporarily halted production. This highlights how unexpected issues can impact performance and why it's crucial to identify the root cause. In this case, the breakdown was the key factor. To address such problems proactively, the team scheduled preventive maintenance, regular checks, and servicing of equipment before issues arise. And what was the outcome? The implementation of scheduled preventive maintenance led to improved performance in the future, reducing downtime and helping the team stay closer to their target. This example underscores an important point in our overall theme, that proactive maintenance and continuous improvement are essential for maintaining consistent productivity and achieving operational goals. And that brings us to the final point on this slide: conclusion. Essentially, controlling is a critical component of effective management. It helps us monitor progress and ensure everything stays on track. Think of it as a bridge that connects planning with execution. Without control, plans can quickly become disconnected from reality. Moreover, control isn't just about keeping things in check. It's a powerful driver of performance and continuous improvement. When we effectively monitor and adjust, we can identify areas where we can do better and make those necessary changes. Overall, controlling ties everything together. It's the mechanism that ensures our strategies translate into real results. By mastering control, we're better equipped to lead effectively, adapt to challenges, and achieve sustained success in our organizations. And that wraps up our presentation. Now, I'd like to open the floor for any questions you might have. Please feel free to ask about anything we discussed today or any clarifications you need. Remember, your questions help deepen our understanding and ensure we're all on the same page. Thank you so much for your attention and engagement throughout this session. I truly appreciate your time and interest. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and continuing the conversation.